Hello everyone, I'm Fiona and I'm one of the student creators at the University of Nottingham. So this week I am starting my PhD. I'm starting it remotely, but this week I'm going to be giving you a bit of a guide about what the first week of studying a PhD is like. Day one, I have my induction day today, something I've been looking forward to. So this morning we have some talks with the Dean of the Business School and then also the director of the PhD programme and the assistant director of the PhD programme. And then in the afternoon we have got a talk from the NUBS DocSoc, so that's the Doctoral Society, and I think they're going to be talking to us a bit about the different events that they put on and also just how to support each other during this time. So we've just had our first morning session and it was really nice to get to know a few faces and to share what projects we're going to be working on. So mine is loneliness in work, particularly looking at the context of increased remote working, which we're all experiencing at the moment. What they did say to us was, had we been in Nottingham, we would have had our induction in the morning and then in the afternoon we would have had a pizza for lunch, firstly, none of that today, and then also we would have had a trip to the Nottingham Dungeons. So somewhat missing out during COVID, but nothing can be done, I suppose. I'm just about to console myself with some white chocolate and lime cheesecake. So this afternoon I met my mentor, obviously virtually through Microsoft Teams again, but it was so lovely just to get some advice from a student in the year above and see how she's found her first year. So that's really reassuring and already got some good tips. So some things to do tomorrow, like downloading software where I can keep all the journal papers I've read and annotate some notes. So that's one job in the pipeline. That is all for today. So quite a long day on Microsoft Teams, but it's also been a good day, good to get started, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to during the pandemic. So back for more and day two. So today it really is up to me what I'm doing. So this is something probably quite unusual coming from undergraduate study and then master's study where you're still taught. Now in a research role, it's entirely up to me how I shape my day. So today I need to try and get set up with the software. So Mendeley was the one that was spoken about yesterday. So I'm going to have a look at trying to get that sorted on my laptop. And following that, I'm looking to write a journal paper with my supervisors. So I've put together 3 ideas from my master's research and we're going to discuss them tomorrow. So I want to do a bit of preparation, look over my ideas again. So really it's just a day of getting things ready and then also having a look on Moodle at some of the modules that we still have to do. So looking at research design, we still have a module that's coming up, so I've got some prep work. And also important to get outside. I'm going to go for a short walk with mum, so that's something to look forward to. So Tuesday afternoon, something that was also really nice today, just for half an hour, I had a small student creator job. So we were asked if we would like to do a focus group looking at the new sustainability marketing campaign at the university, and that was a really nice half an hour break from what I was doing to have a think about something different and just offer my thoughts. So that's another really great thing about university, just getting involved with lots of different activities. That's it for day 2. It's time for a break this evening. Mary Berry will be on TV at 9, so I have my priorities straight. Here we are in the desk position today, set up nicely for studying from home. So today is day 3. This afternoon I have my meeting with my supervisors, so a bit more prep this morning before that. Think of any questions that I've got to ask them to make the most of the time. See you later on and let you know how the supervision meeting goes. And so we have made it to the end of day 3. Wednesday we had our first supervision meeting this afternoon and it was really nice to see my supervisors again. They gave me lots of tips on what I need to do next and we've agreed an action plan. So I filled out my first supervision record form. For a PhD you will submit a minimum of 10 of those in the first year. I feel like I've got some direction going forwards now, so starting to prepare a literature review, And then the rest of this evening, so after preparing that form, I'm just going to go and have dinner with my family and then probably have a bit of a relax. It's been a lot of screen time today. That's the one thing we were saying, having lots of meetings at the moment online that would normally be face to face. That's a bit different, but all going well so far. Still very happy with my decision and it's shaping up to be a good week. I will see you for day 4 tomorrow. Good morning, today is day 4 and today is a bit similar to Tuesday, so I don't have anything formal that I have to attend. I just have time to get on with my own work. So after my meeting yesterday, I'm typing up some notes and action points. Something that's really important actually that was mentioned on day 1 was, while studying for a PhD, you do decide a lot about how you want to work and what you want to do. And it was highlighted that it's really important just to focus on what you're doing and not compare yourself to others. And I think that's really important just generally in study as well. So obviously for a PhD, because you're doing entirely your own project, and whilst you have peers, everybody's looking at something different and there'll be different approaches to doing that. But also through our undergrad and master's study, nobody works in the same way. So it's really important to help each other, learn from each other, but not dwell, not compete with each other. I thought I'd add that one to this video. Now we are at the end of day 4. So one of the really important things that came out of my notes is that when you're doing PhD study, you're actually looking to join a conversation. And I found that that's quite a useful way of thinking about it. So with my research topic and everything I'm doing, I'm looking at how I'm joining an existing conversation and what I can add to it. So that's something quite nice going forward, and I feel like I'm starting to find my feet a little. The rest of the evening, it's homemade pizza night with my family. So on to Friday tomorrow, and that will be the final day of week 1 induction. I can't believe how quickly it's gone. So hello everyone, it is now Friday and today has been much the same as Tuesday, Thursday, just working on my own work. But lunchtime, I just had a short walk to the post box, and then this evening, after having dinner, I think it's time to make some lockdown 3 banana bread. So overall, it's been a really good week to get started. There has been a lot of time for me to just think about what I need to do, but that's very much to be expected with PhD study, so I'll quickly be getting used to that. Thanks for joining me on my first week as a PhD student. I really enjoyed the week and I'm looking forward to continuing and being at Nottingham for at least the next 3 years.